the most amazing 3-ingredient homemade ice cream. Let's begin by taking a saucepan, preferably steel saucepan, and then a spatula with it. Right off the bat, you use condensed milk. I'm using Milkana, and some heavy cream. Now this is heavy cream, 200 ml, not whipping cream. Just put this in your metal saucepan and make sure that you're actually scraping everything out, and yeah, get your money's worth out of that can. Yeah, do that. I'm trying to scrape all the edges with the spatula. Little tip, don't use this kind of a spatula. Don't use a spatula which is very soft, because the jagged edges inside the can actually ripped some of the rubber off, or the plastic, whatever it was. It was rubber, I guess. So in the saucepan goes the cream. As you can see, I flattened it out. I didn't keep it like in the traditional way where you actually take it out from its original packaging shape. I flattened the packaging, as you can see, and then cut it. There goes the second one. And the third one now. So 3 200 ml cream, heavy creams, with a can of condensed milk. And then you have to rigorously mix it all together. Okay, mix it really well, because you're going to form streaks, and it's supposed to mix very well. Scrape the sides again and just really work everything in together and homogenize the mixture. You're going to get a mixture similarly to what I have here. So yeah, you're just going for that, and literally that is all you need to do for the ice cream base. That's your ice cream base right there. Now keep in mind that you have to pop this in the freezer for an hour before you can take it out again. And yes, we're going to put this in the freezer. I am putting this in with the spatula because I don't want to put in the warm spatula. So I want the temperature of this whole system to be consistent. After an hour, this is how it looks like. Of course, it's the winter time, so the consistency is a bit thicker and it's really difficult to whip. Your main goal is to whip this ice cream, because right now you can see that it has bigger shards, and that's exactly what you're trying to whip. Once you're whipping it, those bigger shards are going to turn into smaller shards, and eventually, after you're doing this enough times, it's going to become creamy. So this is the second time that I'm whipping it. At this point, it had been in the freezer for two hours. Yeah, it had been in the freezer for 2 hours, right? So now I'm just whipping it with an electric whisk, because it's easier. I didn't want to burn out my hand in one day, so that's what I'm doing. So this was 2 hours in the freezer. Okay, it's very easy to whip it with the electric whisk. And I'll just show you guys the consistency in a bit here. So this is how it's supposed to look like after like the second whip. This is the next day, by the way. I slept and I didn't whip it. At this point, my mom was actually whipping it after every hour. So now this is how it looks like after at least 4 rounds of whipping. Okay, so now you can see it has started to come together, and I'm trying to vigorously mix it, by the way. It is pretty good in terms of consistency, but it's still not ice cream consistency, I would say, and I'm really trying to just whip it by hand at this point, because I could have whipped it with my whisk, but I didn't want to because I wanted to make a point and show you guys that you can do it with your hands too. And I'm using this patented motion of sticking it in and pushing, because it's very difficult to whip it otherwise. In circular motions, it's very difficult. But now you can see that it looks a bit more creamier. And now for the best part, Oreos. Yeah, I'm adding the Oreos just because I want to make a cookie ice cream. But you can simply use those two ingredients and your ice cream is going to taste amazing without it as well. And that's how you crumble up your Oreos. You literally smack them on your countertop and beat the living crap out of them. Make sure they crumble and they break into bits and pieces. And now, yes, they're done. Now take a bowl and do exactly what I did. Be extremely violent with all the Oreos. I'm going to put all of them in my ice cream because I just love my ice cream to be jam-packed with cookies. That's just how I roll, but it's up to you. Terrorizing some more cookies. You punch them, smack them, crumble them as you want. It's completely up to you. I'm being very violent with it, but you don't have to be very violent with it. So yeah, all of them go in the ice cream. I'm not going to save them, as I said, but you can also save them for garnish or just, just for artistic liberties. And the other thing is, I kind of left a few bigger, and a few chunks are, as you can see, I'll show you in a bit here. Yeah, a few chunks are smaller and a few of them are bigger. That's why I was separating them with hands. Now in go the crumbled cookies, and don't mix it vigorously. Fold it in as I'm doing here. Fold the cookies in, because if you are very harsh with it, you're going to break the cookies. So don't break your cookies. Just fold the mixture in very gently with a softer hand. Just fold these in. It looks like a dream. It looks amazing, and trust me, the way it looks, it tastes better than its appearance. It's definitely tastier than what it looks. Cover this with foil and a little foil too, just so that everything is nice and wrapped. Pop it in the freezer now. And this is just half of a batch of the homemade brownies. This is my recipe, by the way. If you want the recipe, you can comment down below and let me know. I'm not going to show you how I made it though. I can if you want to in the next video. So the ice cream is officially done. And how would you know that it's done? Because it's scoopable. And if it isn't scoopable, it's not scooping. You can put it in the freezer again for a bit. This is my homemade brownie now. And a scoop of homemade cookie ice cream, along with some homemade sauce. Again, if you guys need a recipe, just comment down below and I'll let you guys know how I make all of these things. Today, I just showed you guys how to make ice cream.
ये मेल्ट हो रही है अभी, इससे पहले कि ये मेल्ट हो जाए, let me just take a bite. Wow, so good. I have ice cream that I made at home. The sauce that you see the drizzled sauce I made at home, and the brownie. All of these are homemade. Wow. Just so good. By the way, off camera, I still have the sauce in like the pan that I made it in. So if anybody wants the recipe or anything, please comment down below. I can eat all of it, by the way. I know it's the winter time, but I think nothing gets better than an ice cream in winters. I hope everybody liked it. Please try it. It's very easy, really simple. Take care. Let me enjoy my ice cream. Bye.